All right, guys. Welcome to yet another episode of Crazy Analysis. Right. So, I don't even have a proper intro, but that's by the way. I'm here to show you guys something, right? And I'm also here to document a whole lot of chart work, right? And amazing things that I have also discovered on the chart. So let's check this out. This right here. This is a post I made on Twitter sometime in July, right? So on this post, it shows a Solana chart, and I was like, Solana is cooking something, right? If you take a look at this chart, what you would see is a clean cup and handle structure, right? Then you now have your breakout zone, which was now retested, right? Then you have a potential rally towards $300. So now, um, what I'm trying to say here is that my target for Solana on this chart with this price action is $300, right? So we're just gonna keep watching Solana closely, right? So before I made that post, I started with this, right? I made a post trying to explain what the cup and handle pattern is, what it looks like, and what we might be expecting, right? However, it's not always picture perfect, right? The charts, what we see here is not always picture perfect. Doesn't always happen that way, right? So this is what I started with. I was like, now here's where it gets wild because altcoin index. This is altcoin index chart, right? It's showing the same cup and handle formation, and this could mean the entire altcoin market is preparing for a breakout season. Now, if this breaks out, what we might witness is a full blown alt season, right? But we have not come to that yet. However, there was a time where the whole market was moving. They were moving together, right? There was a whole lot of greens on the chart and so on and so forth. Now, yeah. So when we looked at this was July 29th, right? Then I got stopped out, right? But let's take a look at the charts, shall we? Now, here's what happened when we were looking at this. This is where we were at that point in time, right? And the market went up, came down, right? Gave us a little bit of profit at this point. If you take a look at this, you would see that we were seeing at least a 1 is to 1.5 there, about not important really. Though what happened is, like I said, the market doesn't always um, play out as expected, right? So it's not always picture perfect. So here's what happened. It went down, stopped me out. This wasn't the actual retest which I was waiting for. This was actually a fake out, push back in, right? And I should have seen that, but because I was swing trading, I thought I had enough time and I did not look at the market throughout this whole day. Because if I had, I would have broken even and left this trade because this bearish candle right here being much larger than the previous bullish candle is actually a sign of weakness in buy. So in the buying, right? So here's what happened. Cup and handle still forming, fine and good. We can draw it out, right? Then we could also have another one over here. Here's the cup and here's the handle, right? So like I said, it's not always picture perfect, but if you can see it, then you can see it. So yeah, this is what we were seeing. Here's the cup, here's the handle, here's the breakout, here's the retest. It actually retested way, retraced deeper than expected, then pushed all the way up. So after that happened, right, this is where we were at that point in time. The market had pushed up back to this recent high, and as I saw the market rejecting off of this point, I just knew that there's going to be another entry that is about to present itself. We're not just going to keep flying from there. So that's exactly what happened. The market came back down to this zone, and that is actually where I set my entry. Why? Because in the past, that was my entry, right, which got violated, right? However, it still doesn't mean that this is an invalid zone because check this out. Um, Over here, we have price rejecting. Over here, we have price rejecting, price struggling to break out, then finally breaks out. Obviously, this is a resistance turning to support, right? It's also happening on Ethereum, it's happening on Avalanche, it's happening on so many other cryptocurrencies, especially the majors, right? So yeah, this is what this is what happened. Resistance turned support. So I just knew that this would be the best place to buy, right? And then I reduced my risk because after taking loss on this. I couldn't really. It's a psychology thing. Anyways, this is currently where we are. We experienced a good 1:7, 1:8, right? We could have gone out of the market, but I know where this market is going. My target remains my target, so I'm going to hold throughout the storm, right? So yeah, from 1 to 8, now I'm seeing 1:3 is actually not bad. It's a good trade. It did take time, but um, yes, and we keep moving, guys. We just keep moving. So this is Solana. This is what I'm expecting from Solana, and it's going to take another 1 month perhaps. If we see a crazy bullish market, then it might just take 1 week. But just so you know, there's so many opportunities right here on Solana. There's so many entries right now. You can even take this trade as it is, right? If you have enough liquidity, you can take this trade as it is, put your stop loss up there, put your take profit up there, put your stop loss down here, so you can do a 1:2, right? If you don't have time to be watching the market, you can just jump in right now. However, this is not financial advice, right? But this is what I would do, right? So yeah, I would take a 1:2 if I miss this trade. That way, I am sure that I am going to see take profit on this trade. Yes, I would prepare my mind to take some losses at this point, to see some drawdowns, but that is not the end of it, because overall we're bullish and we know where this market is heading. So that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next one. If you did get any piece of value out of this video, do well to drop it in the comment section. Drop a like, drop comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you would want me to analyze next, and see you guys in the next one. Happy trading.